Welcome.
Call the meeting to order, and get a motion on the minutes. I'll make a motion. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Keith,
All right, financial report, we have 13,223,000 in total cash, of which 10,535,000 is bad. 2,687,000, 2,687,000 is funds. Just a note, our software provider for operating system, which is Avila, or you guys know there's Avila, they're now called Momentum Software. They've just been acquired by someone. Shortly after their acquisition, they announced they're having an 8% price increase on the thing. So they're going from $5,409 a month to $5,840, not a month, an annual fee, to $5,842. What they're doing is we used to pay them monthly, and now they're going to be an annual billing, and you'll save 2% by doing the annual billing. In other words, it's not really saving 2%. If there's 2% upcharge if you go stay on monthly billing.
So we're paying monthly right now, so we haven't paid for the whole year, so that 5,400 we haven't paid, we're paying.
We will pay it at the next, at the contract renewal date, which I believe is October.
Understand, but, so we're going on the yearly thing, starting
Yeah,
October.
year with it. And so
So we're paying
I'll do
this
it as a
year?
prepaid and we'll amortize it monthly.
I guess my point, this year it's gonna, we're gonna be, oh, you're gonna advertise.
Yeah,
We're gonna-
I'll do it as a
Absolutely.
prepaid and do it. So it won't change our monthly, or the increase.
How does the software work, if like it is?
Is that,
Software's okay?
it's okay.
any consideration to
Better,
changing?
but,
It's not, change software.
yeah,
Well, especially with all the DEP reporting, that would be really fun.
yeah, that would be really fun until we know what we're doing with that. I'll leave that to my successor in a year or so.
Okay, Linda?
All right, so the only change since last month on the reporting and filing dates is that the invoice for the Worcester County O and M was submitted to the county on July 8th, and we have not heard anything back at this point, so I guess it's in review. And that's it.
Okay, who wants to talk about the vacation policy?
I will. Those who were here for the presentation, by our auditor at the March board meeting, the auditor came up with an issue where they said that we were in practice not following the way our policy was worded, because what we do with the policy for vacation is we're allowed to accrue 40 hours or carry 40 hours from one year to the next. And because of the way year end falls in the midst of two pay periods, we've allowed people to use their time, that they would have taken for the time between Christmas and New Year's, which is a very popular time for people to take off. And so that throws that calculation off. So all I'm doing is I'm just changing the policy. The policy is still, you can only really carry 40 hours, but we're changing the calculation of when that 40 hours is being calculated to the end of the first payroll of the new year. That way that we skip that overlap time period.
So we
And then
have
for
20
audit
we have
purposes.
24 pay periods.
No, 26.
We do. Okay, and so it ends up on the, whatever, Friday, Saturday, whatever.
Right, so it's caused us to be, look like we're out of compliance, even though we're.
Yeah, we've had discussions about this, but it's just not, it's never been a terribly big deal with this one.
Yeah, the auditor has said we should amend the policy to fix that, so.
So it doesn't give anybody any time, you're just having a more definitive time of year, end of year,
Correct.
that you're gonna calculate it out instead of whatever the end of the pay period or something.
And for the purposes of, financial accounting for the audit, we'll actually use the actual number of days or time as of 12/31. But it won't have any impact on, the policy at this, after we make this change.
Okay, now, I see the resolution. These are the things that, this is the policy, it's,
Yeah, the resolution is basically, Cassandra did a resolution for
This is
the
the-
board meeting in August.
not policy.
All we're doing at this meeting is for the executive committee to make a motion that this will be presented at the August board meeting.
Yeah, so any changes to the personnel policy require, board of directors approval.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at the resolution, but so it doesn't. Kind of stand, I would move something in there saying this wording is gonna be substituted for whatever's there, nothing's there. So when you pick up a policy, you know what the hell you change. Because this is not. Long term, this is not gonna be the resolution here, if
No, I think
you reference it.
we'll have a more detailed resolution
Yeah.
for the board of directors.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is just-
I would just say this is specifically the language, just this language, whereas, you know, this is there, we're changing it to this, and then that way. When you find the resolution, you'll know what the hell the change was. Yeah, so we talked about this multiple times, I just never got to this point, so that's fine.
Anyone else? Big motion to move
I'll
the.
make the motion to move this resolution to the general meeting, is it a general meeting, or is the?
So-
Board of directors.
So- I would move to, recommend the change of policy to the board of directors if they're gonna make changes to the resolution. This, just so it, then we're not stuck with this draft.
Yes, so that's fine, whatever.
Sorry.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Kevin?
Alright. We are wrapping up some of the open construction projects, looking forward to getting credit for YMU 40. Next construction to start will likely be PWMB 1000 in Lake Dutchess, LCR 1001, Walkable Country Club in Lewisboro, both are bad. And specifically, we'll be starting Kenton B 1000, assuming we all agree to award construction today, which is the next item up for discussion. All right, I'll move on to that.
What's our final number, it's 9, 8 something,
9,
Over 919,
459 times 2, I guess, yeah.
but with everything we have open right now, we will, I believe we'll be hitting 930. Which the DEC has said they have no concerns with us going over. DEP has asked us, just as we get closer, to then have a more detailed letter perhaps, that says this is what our final number will be. Okay, so item 6 on the agenda is the award of construction for Kent MD 1000. We went out to bid most recently and received 2 bids back for the project from Legacy Supply and Cape Tech Landscape Technology for just shy of $2 million.
You only got 2?
Only 2. We pre-bid meeting had 6, I believe, 6 attended. We only did receive 2. No clear reason that we only received 2, but as we advertised it as required. My belief is that there's a lot of sight unseen here for the contractors because the property itself is undeveloped and significantly large, so they didn't necessarily have an opportunity to walk the hills, evaluate the site perhaps. That's just my guess. We didn't get any feedback on that. But the values that we did come back with at just shy of $2 million presents an efficiency of just shy of $30,000 per kilogram at about 28. So this
Or is
is,
that where your numbers here, okay.
yeah, so this is well within an extremely efficient project that we're very confident moving forward with. Both Legacy Supply and Scape Tech Landscape Technology were our responsible bidders that were comfortable with, like Scape Tech Landscape Technology came in just a little bit lower for the project total. They previously were doing business as Contact Construct, which we have a relationship with for the last 15 years or so, doing projects with.
Why was it changing name?
We don't have an answer for that. But
Is it,
same staff,
Like, women's business or something?
there's the women's business.
And what's the
So
name?
the current name?
Yeah.
Tech Landscape Technology,
And what was it before?
Contact Construction.
Hmm.
But it's been reviewed by engineer, our engineer, there's no red flags with the submittal. We're comfortable moving forward with them. They just wrapped up recently a project for us at Newcastle, which is very similar to this one, to a little bit of a smaller scale. Of heavily eroded channels with stormwater systems installed within the tributary roadway. So we're comfortable moving forward and recommend the award to Skate Tech Landscape Technology.
So is Contact out of business?
No,
Contact,
I looked,
They're
they're
pretty
doing
close.
business as Skate Tech.
Yeah, they're DBA, so when you look at their, when you go on the Secretary of State's.
well, my concern is I went up on their website and it looks like they're a light landscaping company now. Contact was a construction company. Yeah. And I'm just. Is it wondering as to whether the partners split and one's doing the construction and the other's doing the landscaping?
For the last 8 years or so, I think it was.
Okay.
Prior to that, then they definitely have had management changes since we've been doing business with them. Antonetta Carino, I believe. And prior to her, I believe it was perhaps her husband or her brother.
It's a jet.
That's
Where are
But
they?
he's still involved.
originally Yorktown, now they have
Catan.
these offices are in Catan.
Yeah, sometimes they do the MWBE.
Yeah.
Just to.
But as Rich mentioned, they may just be breaking off and having contact continue one road and.
Sometimes they do, they make
Heavier
a
lift.
51-49% split. This way
Right.
you can bid out other projects and for women-owned businesses where they get the bid project on it.
Not to go back to the minutes, but I don't think I was here the 26th, or if I was, the 28,700 and 368,000. They were actually that far apart for the engineering.
Yes, we believe that the one engineer firm that submitted just didn't really understand what they were bidding on. So our best guess, so as we're at that time, inside engineering, their number was right where we expected it to be, within that range, and we're very comfortable.
Okay, I just. But these are pretty close.
Extremely, I was such a large number for the question value itself.
Well, I think that one guy's a little annoyed he didn't drop it a little bit.
Yeah, it was surprising. Yes, we're comfortable moving forward with Skate Tech, having done business with the project manager and those folks. So we'd have to recommend that for a year.
The other discussion? Anybody want to move the resolution?
I'll make my thing. You want to?
Sure.
Raise your hand.
Motion.
You raise your hand.
That was. Do we have a second? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
There. O&M?
As Linda said, we submitted everything to the Westchester County for review. We will let you guys know if there's any questions or feedback from them. Millie typically takes just about the summer to get through it. I think we will probably look to have a response in August and hopefully have it wrapped up for everybody to get the values back before I bet the October board of directors meeting is pretty accurate.
I've been there. I'm away for almost the first 2 weeks of August, so it may not be until Labor Day-ish.
Sure. So, yeah, this fall, we expect to get back to you guys. And we'll let you know if there's any updates or concerns as we speak with Westchester County.
Interesting. I don't know if you're doing that.
And that's all.
All right, quarterly meeting agenda. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns on the agenda for the quarterly directors meeting? I'll let you all know I will not be here. So,
What date is it?
the fifth, October, August 5th. All right.
Will there be an update on like the financial, the letter agreements with Putnam and Westchester? And I mean, is that incorporated into this update to the directors? And did we ever send that spreadsheet out to them that you had put together?
Which?
The spreadsheet and the letter?
I think it was sent to everybody. I don't
Sent to
know if anybody
everybody?
reacted to it.
So there's two updates I can provide you right now. One is with the carryover funds from years 1 through 10. I had a number of conversations with Vinny. Sorry he's not here today, but that's okay. Are you aware of what's going on here? Okay, so I think we've reached a tentative agreement that we're gonna start working on a contract to carry over the funds.
Great.
So DEP has been fairly supportive of that as of late, so it's been great. And yesterday I attended a meeting with County Executive Kevin Burns. It was a fairly positive meeting. You wanna jump in, Neil, or you want me to?
No, I think, well, Kevin just gave me an update, started this meeting, I think we're ready to go with 1.5. Kevin's gonna provide us with the necessary backup to get it, for the legislature. Both the legislature and the county executive to sign off on it. I've got to sit down with the legal departments, just put together some closing documents, and then it should be good. I don't see anything getting in the way.
So things are looking fairly favorable with Putnam County and the WQIP funds. Things are looking fairly favorable with Westchester County. Things are looking good with DEP. It looks like we may end up with somewhere between 15 and 17 million to carry on for the next few years. We still are gonna have a shortfall. Part of the conversation yesterday was about talking with our state and federal representatives about trying to come up with a long-term funding solution.
Did we ever sit down with the DEC and talk about applying for WQIP for large sums? Just wondering whether that would help us.
So I think the confusion there is there's a grant program called WQIP. But the WQIP, we're always referring to the funds that came out of the 1997
I understand that, but
agreement.
so the program,
So specifically sitting down and talking to them about money out of the QIP, no. But again, I think the next conversation, once we get the funding squared away that we're working on, is to sit down and talk about long-term funding for the organization, how they want to do it, and not a grant program, so, somehow.
it may be easier but it may be easier for them to tweak that a little bit and get that money as opposed to figuring out how to use this money some other way.
How about they just allocate money in the state budget every year? Right, or how about they tell New York City they're gonna budget money every year? So.
I don't know. Don't let them out of the room. Get the bucket of tar.
So a couple of things. One, the state points to the counties and says they still have money left over, so
Yeah.
go for there first. So we need a Northern Westchester meeting.
We have one September 18th.
We do, okay.
So this is gonna take care of Putnam County.
That's gonna be the end of that.
Yeah, pretty much,
Okay.
we're looking to exhaust the funds in Putnam County, so it just. It's back to Westchester County.
Well, then you guys should get to the.
Which has a larger share
DEC and
anyway.
just say, okay, we're ready to talk. And see what they tell you. Because last time was you had money left. We have no money left, we're here to talk. They may just tell you to go away, they're not interested, I don't know.
And we need to square away all the current, funding that we're looking at right now and get the agreement signed, and then we can actually make that statement.
Where are you with Westchester, Rich?
We're in good shape.
So you know, the issue with Westchester, I mean, they've agreed to the $2 million.
It takes them a while.
And I think they're moving that through their process. The problem is they have about 30 million left over.
Well, they don't have no, it's not quite that, I think it's
Like that,
22.
right.
I don't know, I'm getting my numbers from DEP, so.
Really, no. There's like.
Yeah, it's not, it's, in terms of allocated money, it's more like 20, unallocated money, it's like 24. So it's, you know, and yeah, the county has already agreed to the 2 million, but we can't move it forward until the letter agreement is signed.
Right.
And then additionally, in terms of the spending of the money, it's really up to the municipalities. I mean, they have to come to us with identified, doable, eligible project.
The lose
And
part
then what?
6.8 of the 22. And then, does the 22 account include the 3.8 or so that counties using for septic program? 3 point whatever it is.
Yes, that money has been taken into account. That is
Yes.
allocated already.
Time, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 22. Okay, so there's another. So we have a meeting on the 18th. I think you were suggesting, right, for the NWWC.
Yeah, if memory serves me, it's the 28th
Oh, okay.
of September, but I will send out a invite for that this week.
And then New York City, I mean, are there other, similar to the state, are there other buckets of money that we could ask about that may not be?
Well, nobody
that
wants
we
to
do
give us
this-
money unless we force it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can understand to have somebody give us, say we'd like $1 million, and we'll go, okay.
Honestly, I don't know till we get in the room and start talking about it.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna have to do.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure we update the rest of the directors. At the meeting. Thank you. Someone vote.
Rich, could I just clarify, Millie said that they can't continue to move forward until they have a letter agreement signed. Who has to sign the letter agreement?
My understanding, and I will admit to this whole process has been confusing for me, but my memory is that the letter agreement between the two counties and the corporation.
So
Who's
there are,
responsible for putting that together? The
no, we
letter?
have, all of those agreements are out on the table. The
Well,
letter.
because DEP needs to, my understanding is that Westchester County is willing to sign it. It appears now that Putnam is willing to sign it. Once they both put in writing, which we have already done, that they're willing to sign it, then DEP will be able to move forward, and then we can move forward with the allocation of those funds.
Right, but it's DEP that has to sign the letter agreement. That's what I wanted to make clear.
Yeah. But it's,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
And
not something we're sitting on. It's something that we need Putnam's to get their process far enough that, Neil, you need to be able to tell DEP, we are willing to sign this, okay, for this much money. That's really important because otherwise this process is stalled. And we keep hearing that from Vinny. I'm also sorry he's not here today, but that's really important for us to have Putnam give the message to DEP, yes, we're willing to sign this, and then DEP will start routing that to themselves, their letter, and because we have to get it signed through all of these three parties. And then in addition, we have the corporation agreements, which are between the corporation and the counties and each of the counties, right, that have to be approved and signed.
Yes.
And that's what you're taking through your legislature. But DEP wants an indication from Putnam that they're moving, this forward, okay?
And that's in the works.
Yeah, and on Westchester's end, we've already passed, the Board of Legislators has already passed a resolution indicating that they are willing to allocate the $2 million.
So it's Putnam and then DEP. Right.
Yes.
Well, you guys are fast, usually.
Usually.
Once you make it,
Okay.
once you make the commitment, you're fast.
We're
Once we make the
getting
commitment,
feedback.
we're not quite as fast.
Thanks, Millie.
Of course, thank you.
And how much do you think we're gonna get as the DEP? You alluded to the fact that we might get more money from the DD. How is the
I
DEP giving
alluded
us
to the
the
fact
money?
that money we're currently holding.
No, okay, that's
All right, well,
that's fair.
They're gonna allow us to carry that funding over into years 11 through 15.
Okay, and have we had any more discussions about the 1 million or so, whatever they wanna give us each time we? Out of the 10 million that they have on the contract?
That contract is done and currently down with the city attorneys
Okay,
for review.
and is there any question about how much they're going to give us at a time?
That's all been worked out. They were gonna front us some money and then we had to, keep going back within the budget.
Yeah.
So we're gonna submit a budget, they're gonna give us the money, we're gonna do the projects.
So it's more than the 1.5 million, or there's no potential.
And we're gonna have to go into a second contract with the DEP for the carryover funds. They were hoping to get the first contract all wrapped up and done before we started that, and I've been respectfully requesting that we start earlier.
Yeah, our draft thing, we received a letter requesting something in writing, and that is being drafted to send out, to respond and put in writing that.
Yeah.
Once the new contract is ratified, the remaining funds from the 1 through 10 year contract will be put into a third contract to come back to you after the $10 million contract.
Sure.
Any idea on that timeline?
Then it's being worked on currently. So not months, but not this week probably.
But as I've encouraged them, we can start working on the language within the contract for the carryover. Doesn't go forward for whatever reason, it doesn't go forward, but at least we can start working on some language, so shorten the timeline there.
Rich, is that staying in the FAD or is that rolling forward to be used in the watershed just as the new money is?
No, I think it's the watershed in general.
No,
The 10 million is just fair.
So the contract that's currently within the city attorneys for the 10 million is anywhere we can apply it.
Yeah, I think that's.
The
what I-
carryover is
Fair.
strictly FAD.
Yeah.
If
That's not what I told you, that's
Till
correct.
we get into it,
I don't know what.
we've gotta see what the city is gonna get us. I really can't answer that, because we haven't really had a lot of conversations about where we can use the funds.
Okay.
But staying within the FAD basins, I mean,
Well, if it's
that
fed
gives us a
and
fairly
connected,
big
that's
area anyway.
It would be nice if it was fed and connected like it was last.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I think
At
that's what the
least.
intention is. But, we should work on getting a clear answer on that. Because that affects the next, let's say, 3 years. It affects how we're gonna burn that first 10 million. Absolutely. Because it's not gonna make a lot of sense for us to use that 10 million on FAD and FAD connected projects. If we have a contract that's gonna come down later, that's only gonna be allowed for that. And I can tell you you have a lot of great FAD and FAD connected projects, then they have to go on a back burner until we get through that first 10 million, which doesn't really feel like the best way to approach this. So as we're going forward, we should keep that as a topic of conversation with the DEP.
Absolutely. One of the reasons I'm trying to push them to get, draft. Get some sort of conceptual contract, on the carryover, so we have an idea of what their expectations are.
And sorry, wasn't part of the $10 million contract is not FAD and FAD connected only, is that correct?
That's watershed, yeah, full watershed.
Any other questions? I think that's a wrap, is it not? That's a wrap. Alan? Good?
Good.
Good. All right. Get a motion to adjourn? Motion. The second. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Checks the sign.